Thank you. Hello everybody, my name is Craig Bennett and I'm the founder and owner of TechViews, and today we're doing the 15th Android tutorial in this series. If you haven't seen the previous ones, then please feel free to check out the card about shown somewhere over here, I think. But if you have seen this or know about how to run the stuff on your actual Android device, then please feel free to skip that. And if the video is out, then it'll be somewhere over towards the top area, and the card will show. So with that being said, this video is pretty much going to get into what you need to do to make sure that your phone is set up in order to run and develop code with it. That way you can do real world tests, sideload applications and stuff like that. Now with this, it's fairly safe in doing it and understanding it, and I'm going to show you with the emulator on how to set this stuff up. So going into the emulator, and another thing I want to mention real quick is doing this, there's a little bit difference between manufacturers because the settings menu and a few other things is slightly different depending on the manufacturer, the phone, and a few other things. But with that in mind, what you need to do is go to your phone and then scroll down the notification and go to settings. And then on here you might have tabs on top like my Note 3, or like this you might have a scroll down. You're trying to find the, let's go back, come on. You're trying to find the about phone. Then from here, what you need to do is click on build number multiple times. It will look like this. And you just want to keep clicking on that. And what will happen is eventually it will say your build number, your developer options will open up if you keep clicking it. Once it is open and active, then you can go to developer options. You can select this on and off. It doesn't really matter that much. But for emulators, it's important to actually turn this on so you can tell it to keep the screen awake, because there's no point in it turning the screen off unless if you're testing an application for that particular thing. But with this in mind, it allows you to do many things, but you will need to turn on USB debugging. And what this will allow you to do is once you plug in your phone into your computer, and the ports is all right, the drivers are there, and so on, it'll show up within this when you try to run it, it will show up within this area. A few other things you can do is you can do some logs, GPU looks, and stuff like that. There's quite a few things you can do. Another way to test applications if you don't immediately have the device with you. So say for example, if you're coding for, I don't know, maybe a watch or something that you know someone else has and they're willing to test it for you, and you're okay sending them the stuff on their device, or if it's your device, you need to go to security and then go to, depending on your look, it will say unknown sources, and just make sure that's on, and that will basically allow you to sideload applications into the device. Keep in mind this, all these things that we're doing, when you're not using them, when you're not wanting to sideload applications, when you're not wanting to have the developer options be there, turn that stuff off. It's a security risk. But while we're testing the code and stuff, if someone gets their hands on your device, it becomes a security risk, or in some other form or fashion, it could become a security risk. Whereas if you're testing actual applications and stuff, it's not that bad because you got your hands on the device and you're one with full control. Otherwise, that's a big thing to keep in mind. So simply you can just turn that stuff off, and to turn off the developer options as a thing up here, which just turns everything off. It's pretty easy. And while we're here, I might as well show you a quick trick. If you go on any Android device, go to the About phone, and then keep clicking the Android version. Something like this will show up depending on your version, and on some of these you can actually even play a game. And see if we can go back, see if I can remember how to activate it. But there's sometimes it shows up, sometimes it shows different things, but there's like an Flappy Bird game that shows up. It's actually pretty difficult, so just a side thing in there. But once you have all that stuff set up, again, all you have to do is have it connected to your device that you're coding. So for example, my desktop in this instance, and then I can just press run, and if it's showing, if it's plugged in, which it's not right now, then it will show down here with the information. Simple as that. Oh, and one thing before I forget, if you are not seeing the device chooser, which is this thing right here, then you probably selected to use the same device for future launches. Don't select that. And if you don't see the device chooser, go to the app, edit configurations, and then deselect the use same device for future launches. And then again, select the run, and that way you can use your other devices. But with that in mind, if you do have any questions or anything, feel free to leave that in the comment section, and I'll try to answer as quickly as possible. If you got some extra tips and stuff that people can use, then also leave that down there in the comment section. But please feel free to like, subscribe, share, check out our Patreon campaign to help these videos keep coming out. And I'll see you in the next one, and hope you have a great day.